What's up, guys? Deep Fried Vampire. I'm reporting for YCS Houston. Man, that was a great turnout. I mean, we had Libert in the top 8 and even a Mermail in top 4. It was great. 2 Rigel, both from Switzerland. It's also kind of cool. And shout out to Pascal, man, for winning it, man, with the Memento Goblin Bikers. That was just awesome. And then they showed the ban list, man. Great. Fucking hell. It's a wild list, I think. I mean, shifted to 1, finally, man. It could be banned just straight off the bat, you know, but it's to 1. I can't complain, it's nice. Bahamut Shark banned. That hurts so fucking bad. The thing is, you know, during our combo, we need the Dragoon searches off the Water XYZ. And Abyssrhine is also banned, which is great for the mirror match and Rigel against us, of course. So we are more freely to go. That's kind of nice. But if they banned Bahamut, we otherwise had Dweller to detach still for combo and search with the Dragoons. So I'm here with a new deck profile. I'm gonna show that. Yeah, let's get right into that. To be honest, I think Mermail will go now in either of 2 directions. Either the Toad package, or we go to like a Water Statue Turbo variant. And I will first show my deck, and then I will go over some deck choices, you know, for the other variant. So we start off with triple Minstrel. It will be for sure 100% in the main deck now, just triple. It should have been before, I guess, but now there's even more reason to do so, man. Triple Poseidra. I'm going all in. I want to see this. Triple Prince. Of course, that won't change. Dragoons will be a lot better now than Squad. Triple Dragoons. Still triple Shadow Squad. D1 Infantry. And this build I'm going for the Moulin. I think the other build, like I said, would be Water Bear Statue Turbo. And in this build with the Moulin we go for double Icejade Ran. I want to open this hardcore, you know, hard rod. Double Teus. Teus will hold less value now. I might bump it up to 3 because it's still great for consistency, getting to your Shadow Squad. But we run only 1 Abysrhine here, so no Silicon build. Yeah, so Teus is in that sense not as powerful anymore because you could search the shrine before. 1 Pike, because again no Silicant. And then we go with the Toad package. Triple Swap Frog. So in this build you still get to your Totally Awesome, which is great. And later off Poseidra, the rank 7, you can also go for a second Toad. And with that comes the Mirror Mage, the Ice Bear, and the 1 brick. So every variant will have bricks now. I even think that the Water Statue Turbo deck will brick the least. But it's up in the air which one will be better. We will see in the coming format. Going back to Abyss Triaina in this build. Because of Icejade Ran, we are summoning like our Mermail King very early. So you want to have like go through the X interruptions. And then the 1-for-1. The Swap Frogs also pair well with the Nibiru. And it's a nice turn ending hand trap, or at least weakening the board. Triple Ash. Yeah, I don't run any Drool and Lockbird anymore. And that's actually the thing I wanted to get, want to touch on here. Now that Shifter is gone, that's great. We only need to worry about Drool and Lockbird, you know. And before we had a board under that with Coelacanth. And without the Bahamut Shark, it's, yeah, that board is gone. We can still make a board on a Drool. In a Coelacanth build, I will go over that later. So, previously I ran this as well in my main deck. Because of that board, now I can't anymore. At least not in this build. So, double Water Mulcharmie. double Dominus Impulse, and triple Imperm to round off the hand traps. I think it was 13 or something. 13 hand traps. On to the extra deck. Of course, still the Mermail King. 1 Coral. I'm also still running Abyssalacia. This one might get cut, but in practice you find that you need the third link monster. And as an outlet, who knows, who knows. As well in the water statue build, this would also be, I guess, more viable, because you can special summon the bear statue just from this card alone. This will be the Ty-phon. I think it's a great card in the grind game. Might as well have it in the deck now that we have more space. The 1 Poseidra, the 1 Trite and 1 Gaius, nothing to change there. For now I'm also still leaving in the LeVirtue Dragon. I think I will cut this in the end. The reason being is that if you do not have Minstrel and off Poseidra rank 7 you want to make something still with the level 3s, you can make this, but that's not the only reason. You want to get your Prince from the graveyard to your hand as follow-up to special summon the Poseidra level 7 during your opponent's turn. And that's, yeah, that's basically the main reason, because you don't detach with Dragoons enough anymore to search a new Prince from your deck. So, but still, I think after testing more, that will probably go. 2 Toadally Awesomes. So the one for the Swap Frog package. And I will take into account that you will need to negate that for an hand trap. So later on, when getting those cards back off Poseidra, when you summon like the Mirror Mage and the Swap Frog back, you can create another one. So you have another copy. But you could do with 1 here, because you can recycle the 1 copy, of course. But I prefer to get actual water cards in my hand. Icejade Ran Aegirine. Yeah, we're going to level 10s a lot more. So of course, the Mermail Atlantean with Trish. Yeah, in the side deck there is General Ryo, of course. So Big Daddy Croc, it's cracked in this deck build with the Swap Frogs and the Churner level 2. And the Icejade Ran, so you could go into that a lot more. But also for still an end board. And then the Dragite, which pairs up nicely with triple rock in your deck. And you make this with Icejade Ran and your Prince. So onto the side deck. So for the side deck I run 1 Testudo Eralt Newman. Because you summon with Swap Frog like 2 times. You can get this small soft lock, special summoning lock, off your Toad for free. So in contrast to the Water Bear statue, you really need to put in the effort to get that card. This just comes in for free. But that's only great for going first, right? So that's why it's in the side deck. Same with General Ryo. I don't want to brick on this. It's not that much of a hard break, but it's still a break. And it will be, so when you go first, it's a lot better to still make a strong board. The 1 Kaiju, as you've seen in my build, I do not run small words on it in this deck list. So I might cut it, it's just a one-off. I probably should cut it, you know. 2 Ultimate Slayer, 1 Tactics Trust. You can get that into Ultimate Slayer, but also into your 1-for-1. And into your Harpy's Feather Duster. Triple Artifact Lancia. And then I run the Super Poly package for Malice and Blue Eyes and anything I like. Yeah, I think you could add 2 Meows into this instead of like 1 Gamma Seal for sure. And maybe cut 1 of the Slayers or just the Trust. Because Malice will be stronger, so I think we will need, I don't have the card yet, we will need the Meows, the Mulcharmie. And then of course the 1 token for Icejade Ran. So the thing about Swap Frogs is they are great at baiting out hand traps, and you have many small interactions within the deck. If you want to find out more about that, I will direct you to my older videos. For now I'm gonna show just a quick trick, you know. You used to like special summon this from your hand, discarding any water. Then you send the Mirror Mage, and with that you search the 1 brick Freezing Chains. You activate it, special summon the Mage back, and from there you overlay into your Toad. And that's basically the easy way how you make this. What you can also do with this is with Mirror Mage you can tribute the Swap Frog for, and then special summon 3 tokens. This will become level 5, and then you synchro these 2 away for Coral, and then you go into your Dragite with the 2 tokens, and then you draw a card. But then you'll be locked into synchro summoning. Also note that your Mirror Mage can also trigger the Atlanteans on the field. So much like Substitute, you can tribute your Atlanteans like Dragoons on the field, but you can also do it with Poseidra, right, from your hand, or Abysrhine, so that should be covered. You can also normal summon the Swap Frog, and in case they negate it with an Imperm, you can bounce it still back with its own effect to your hand and go again. Because it's an old card, it's not like a hard once per turn. And then you can special summon it, of course, not normal summon again, but you get the idea. So that's how the Swap Frogs work. And there are like little interactions that you can send the other cards to your hand, like a Nibiru, after using it in the second turn. There are some nice interactions that you should be aware of, and for that, check out the older videos. As far as like a general direction for the deck, it focuses on stopping hand traps with your Swap Frogs and your Minstrels. And from there you go on like you hand rip. And after hand ripping you will focus more on making a board with like Minstrel and Abyssteus, or your Icejade Ran and a token for your level 10s. But you can also like use the Turner and any level 7 to still go uninterrupted against, I mean, still playing through hand traps, you know. And for the level 10, of course, you'll have this in your deck or that, and after siding your General Ryo. And besides that, for the end board, you will focus on like having Mermail King on and any rank 7 plays. That should still be enough to get us through, you know, and be competitive. What? Yeah. Somewhat. Another way to go about hand traps is like using your Icejade Ran to easily go into your Mermail King. By the way, it's a shame they didn't unban Fishpoke Blaster for us. It would not have helped that much, but it would have been nice all the same, you know. And then you special summon the token, go into Coral. With Coral, you special summon Icejade Ran back because it's 15 attack. And with that you go into your Mermail King. And from there you can summon Prince and it will have target protection. So that's also a way how to deal with hand traps. So I'm very familiar with playing the Swap Frogs in this type of deck because I did in the past. That's why I went with it first. And I love my Toadally Awesome, so we still have access to that still in this deck build. That's the great plus. And many ways around hand traps. So I prioritize that above, you know, anything else. But the thing I do not like about this build is that I need some more testing, but it will be harder to play under a Drool and Lockbird. And that brings me back to going for the Water Barrier statue deck, because when you have the statue on the field, they can also not summon the Nibiru, but it really depends on how fast can you get out the barrier statue, you know. If you are too late, you will have been Nibiru'd along the way, and it's all the same. So, but Drool is the main thing, man. I want to run Drool in my main deck even, so I can have more against the Mulcharmies, but it's also such a powerful card, this format, especially now that Shifter is at 1. A lot of people will be focusing on this. And yeah, so I think eventually I will go to the Water Barrier statue deck in a turbo variant with the Coelacanth still, because Coelacanth will provide a board on the Drool and Lockboard still. And let's check that out a bit. For a Water Barrier statue build, you would typically like go max in on the Minstrels as well. Should be in any build right now. And you will be back on triple Shrine, providing another gas with Coelacanth. And for your fish targets, you will have like double or triple Pike still, And from there you go with the baby croc and the fishborg harpooner. This will allow you to have a better board on a Dragon Lul board, Dragon Lockbird, and you will also have a way with like the pike and the baby croc to go into your deep sea Donna and get your water barrier statue, provided you could banish something. You might want to add deep sea sentry, but because we do not have Bahamut Shark, I'm not sure. I don't think, maybe. I mean, special summoning this off the rank 7 Poseidra, it's great. But searching this, how will you search this? That's the thing now. And with this, like seen in my previous videos, it will work a lot better if you have another way to banish a card. So Donna will be of actual use. And alongside with that, with the harpooner, since you're running that anyway, for a board on a Droll and Lockbird, you have Small World, you could add it, and your Abyss Keeper. So when you draw the brick, you have max potential to special summon it still, or to make use out of it. Either by special summoning it off with Harpooner, or just small worlding it away, or Abyss Keeper, you know the drill. And since Dimensional Shifter is banned or limited, I would probably like run 2 Tidal. For the Foolish Burial mill effect, you know, you can, with this, it triggers the Atlantean still from the hand, as used as a Foolish Burial, and that way you can like quickly mill the water barrier statue, and also you could search it with Small World. So I think a build will be more successful there, purely based on like going against Droll and Lockbird. So yeah. The weakness for this deck is you will not have the Toad. You will not have Toad access, and you will be a lot weaker to board breakers because you do not have the Moulin. For that you could add Mizuchi in your side deck and see if you can trigger off the Mermail King. And in the other builds you could also like run Subset Toad, but I'm not sure yet. Summoning it off Coral or Trite, and maybe a Zealantis, because you can link climb a lot easier with Icejade Ran. For more consistency, we also have like the deep sea areas. I think they will become better now. Area the water channel, nah, I think not. Because of the Droll and Lockbird. But this should be okay-ish, I guess. And then you have still the pot and like triple tactics talent at 1. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of talents. I need something that can be used. You know, it's a bricky deck as it is with the hand traps, and you need like 2 card interactions usually. Then having a card in your hand that does nothing. And if they imperm you, it doesn't work. Nah. Or even if they Mulcharmie in the standby phase, you know, no talents for me. And another weakness for the Barrier Statue deck will be Artifact Lancia, because then you cannot banish and it will be harder to special summon this. Hence the titles, they will still be able to get the statue out with Coral. Yeah, and Malice will become stronger, you know, so people will still keep on siding the Artifact Lancia. So be aware of that. So yeah, guys, we're definitely not dead, but in terms of like topping, it will be more difficult. I think we can still do well in tournaments. We gotta pay our respects to Bahamut Shark, man. The card will be missed, definitely. And who knows, we might get a new rank 4, water rank 4 that can trigger the Atlantean, the Dragoons. So let's see. Moving forward, I'll be working on some combos, and check out those videos later. So see you around, man. Ciao.